Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I am your host, KC Phoenix. And yeah, so we're doing another reading for the collective. This is the Mercury Retrograde reading, which I mentioned this when I did the full moon in Pisces reading, which by the way, if you haven't checked out that reading, you might want to check it out. It was kind of long, but still, information in there. Mercury Retrograde. So a few things will be going on. It's going to be from the 9th of September until the 1st of October. I also seen somewhere else, I think until the 11th of September until the 3rd of October or something like that. But we're within the range and we're definitely in pre-retrograde right now, regardless of the dates. So before I go into this, kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. And all the readings are up for September. General, love, and money are up for all of the signs. So those readings are up. Any reading you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy and tarot cards. You know your energy better than I ever could. So, have some notes here as well. So first thing is, during this Mercury retrograde, especially with the full moon in Pisces, which is Neptune energy, is very deep energy. Playing things over in your head may be happening during this Mercury retrograde, especially with the full moon in Pisces. I have already started to feel the effects of that. I just started randomly thinking about two situations that happened before, and I was like, you know what? I could have done it differently. And then it's just like, one of the situations I was having I don't want to call it a relationship per se. Let's just say that I was dealing with someone physically and I put that individual in a box because it's sort of like I only saw them in a certain way. It wasn't a thing of, oh, well, maybe it could be this, or oh, well, maybe it could be that. It was just I put the person in a box. Later on, I found out that there was so much more to this individual. And I was like, wow, if I had known this, I probably would have attempted to upgrade the situation. But I put the individual in a box, which limited the options and definitely limited the ability to upgrade. And every time I think about that, and I've thought about it before, but obviously I'm thinking about it now because of Mercury retrograde. It's just like, could it have been different? It's okay to revisit that. Don't get hung up in it. Also, someone may have been sick for a while and they're wondering, will they ever get better? Because that was another thing I picked up in the pre-shuffle energy, where it's like, wow, I've been sick for X amount of days or months, and it's like, am I ever going to get better? You have to have patience on that. Also, another thing involving sickness, someone may get the same thing over again this month, and I'll tell you what, one of my coworkers got C19 again. Like, they just found out, what's today? Sunday? When was that? They said, I think it was Wednesday. It was either Wednesday or Thursday. They found out that they got it again. So, I feel, and not saying that it's going to be C19. I'm just saying, using that as an example. There may be something that you had before and you may end up getting it again during this period. Like, you may have had a cold a month ago, and then all of a sudden you have a cold again. It's like, wow, I just had a cold a month ago. It might be something of that nature. Another thing that you may want to consider is taking risk as well. The big thing is don't beat yourself up. One of the cards that came out, and this is similar energy because this card came out during the full moon in Pisces, the 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior, setting boundaries as well, going the distance. That card came out. Temperance, which is more fire energy. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. And it's about balancing things out, healing things. I do feel that this will be the opportunity to heal some of your relationships, because that is what Mercury retrograde does. Anything that was not closed out properly, Mercury retrograde will give you the ability to start fresh with the individual, or to close out the cycle completely and be done with it. So yeah, it's one of those things where sometimes you get a do-over. Now, do the do-overs always work? Not necessarily during a Mercury retrograde. However, the do-over is there. One reason that it doesn't always work is because when you have this nostalgia coming back around, because also Six of Cups came out too in the pre-shuffle. You have this nostalgia coming back around, and you get caught up in the nostalgia instead of the reality of a situation where it's like, oh my goodness, they came back into my life and I really wanted to be with that person and I really wanted it to work. But you're forgetting about all of the other stuff, why it didn't work in the first place, because you're caught up in the nostalgia. So then you jump back into it, caught up in the nostalgia, and then those same issues that happened before, which force you to separate, they're now happening again. And you're on the verge of more than likely separating again. So it's just the point of making sure that you're not caught up in the nostalgia too. I really do feel the Death card came out right after the Six of Cups. I feel that certain things that some people have had long ties to, where there is nostalgia, whether you've been on the job a long time, whether you've had a long time friend, a childhood friend, things like that, where you're just ending the relationship. I know someone who had a friend for, it was either 20 or 25 years, and they just ended the friendship. They ended it. They were like, nope, can't do it anymore. So yeah, I feel there could be a situation like that. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The Two of Wands came out, which came out during the full moon in Pisces reading, and the Nine of Swords came out as well, which also was mentioned in the full moon in Pisces reading. The card didn't come out, but cards added together. I think it was the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Swords, if I'm not mistaken. But the Nine of Swords was mentioned. And I feel that some of you are in your head fearing the future, going back to that Two of Wands energy. Some of you don't want to have to make a choice on something. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But what I can say is that there is some type of nurturing in you where you may want to nurture others, or you need to nurture yourself. And also, I feel that luck may be on your side for some of you. Now, again, patience came out, forgiveness came out, and potential came out from my oracle cards during the pre-shuffle. And also, another thing, putting ends to feuds. Some of you might be feuding with someone, and this may be the period where it's about to be put to rest. So yeah, that is the pre-shuffle energy. Let's go ahead and get into the main energy, shall we? May I have the energy for the collective for Mercury retrograde? May I have the energy for the collective for Mercury retrograde? May I have the energy for the collective for Mercury retrograde? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Something told me to take this card. What is it that the collective, interesting, star at the bottom of the deck, needs to hear? That's Aquarius energy. Some of you might be finding some recognition, but also star can be about healing too. It can be about healing, which that's a double healing right there, because Temperance came out in the pre-shuffle and now the star is at the bottom of the deck here. So there's definitely some type of healing going on. Also some type of hope too. May I have some cards, please? Thank you. Wow. This is the same card that came out in the full moon in Pisces reading, Ace of Pentacles. You can't make it up. It's at the heart of the matter. So there is something in regards to stability new that's coming in. And at the bottom of the deck, again, you can't make it up. 3 of Cups. You can't make it up, which is celebration, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. May I have another card, please? Thank you. Do we? Yep. Somebody's going to be recognized for something. What's at the bottom of the deck? Queen of Pentacles again. Queen of Pentacles came out in the pre-shuffle. I feel like someone's going to have the Midas touch. When people think of the Midas touch, they sometimes think of the King of Pentacles is not the King of Pentacles, it's the Queen of Pentacles. Which the King of Pentacles is good with money, don't get me wrong. The Queen of Pentacles has the Midas touch. Also, Queen of Pentacles is Virgo energy. And we are in Virgo season. Some of you could be dealing with the Virgo or have Virgo in your chart. Overall, Pentacles is still Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Let me turn this card over. This card keeps on coming out in different decks. I can't. 5 of Wands. So, conflict. This came out in one of my readings. It was for the collective, my quick 3. The title of it was They Want What You Have. But there may be conflict around you. But with the World card here, that conflict's going to end. Also, I feel like there's going to be some recognition. Because with the Star card being a recognition card, with the World card being a recognition card as well, and also this is fixed energy. So this is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Some of you may have that in your chart or be dealing with those signs. But this is fixed energy. But it deals with recognition. Also, it deals with travel. With the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to receive some type of pay for the conflict that you were put through with the Ace of Pentacles. And don't forget, aces are new. So this is something new that will be coming in. I feel I just heard payment for your trouble. So, yeah. All right, what's at the bottom? Yeah, Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Let me set this down. I'm going to go to the other deck now. See what we get. May I have the energy for the collective for Mercury Retrograde? May I have the energy for the collective for Mercury Retrograde? Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. May I have the energy for the collective for Mercury Retrograde? And this one, take these. What I want to do, I'm going to stick these in here and do that. I'm going to shuffle it one more time because that didn't go together quite like I wanted. So there we go. Much better. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it? Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So there is a message. There's something being brought to you. Now, for those of you where there isn't something being brought to you with the Page of Pentacles, some of you may be embarking on something new, is what it could be. Where you're doing something in the 3D that is new. Could be a new job position. Could be starting a family. Could be redoing how you spend your money. Whatever it is something where it's new and it's involving the 3D. That's what Pentacles deal with. Some of you, I just heard a new diet plan. So, yeah, even though summer's almost over with, so why are we going, well, I mean, whatever. But, yeah, may I have some cards, please? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Thank you. Okay, so there it is again. Wow. What's really going on? That is crazy. What's it about? Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups came out in the Pisces reading too. Actually, that's the when they do the little snapshot thing on YouTube, that was the picture that's showing, but it was in a different deck. So there is a lot of the same energy here. Now, this is the kicker. You're not going to be ready for this. Page of Wands. So more page energy. So there's lots of information here, lots of passion. And I feel there's a passion for stability, is what I might even title this that. There's a passion for stability. Now, at the heart of the matter, this is the kicker. You had the Ace of Pentacles that came out, and then guess what else came out? The Wheel of Fortune. Now, in the collective reading that I did, the one I was talking about, someone wants what you have, this came out during that reading. And now it's in this reading for Mercury Retrograde in the heart of the matter. Somebody is receiving a significant increase because at the heart of the matter, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles. There is something substantial happening for someone, is what this is. And the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy, but also is fixed energy too. So that's sort of the same thing with the World card. There is some type of completion, some type of recognition, where again, I feel like somebody, gnat flying around, I feel like somebody might be receiving payment for their trouble, is what I feel, as something is being closed out. And I mentioned that during my full moon in Pisces reading about completion. But with the World card here, the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles, then the Page of Wands, then you had the Page of Pentacles show up briefly. And then also you have the Death card. So this is closing something out. You're saying, I'm done with it. There may have been some type of conflict going on in your life, and it's going to be put to an end. This Five of Wands energy is going to be put to an end. Also, I just caught that too. Five of Wands with the Page of Wands is the Six of Wands. So I really feel there is some type of major recognition happening. Now, something just said to me that some of you might be doubting yourself, where you may not necessarily feel ready for whatever is being given to you. Whether you're ready or not, it's meant for you to have it, because if it wasn't meant for you to have it, you wouldn't have it. So always remember that. Whether you have it and then you end up losing it, because that does happen to people, or whether you have it and keep it for the rest of your life, or for most of your life, there's something there with you receiving it that is to teach you a lesson, is what it is. So I just want to throw that out there. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I just heard the wheel turns in your favor. I might title this that, is what I might title this. We'll see. But definitely, this is very maternal energy going on here. Because I'm looking at this Queen of Pentacles. And see, you can't make this up. Right after I lifted up the Queen of Pentacles, guess what was under there? The Page of Pentacles again in a different deck. So there's something going on. Somebody might be pregnant. You see how she looks pregnant? This Queen of Pentacles. Someone might be pregnant. There's a lot of maternal energy here. Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups is a very maternal energy. It's a very, those are very nurturing energies. Somebody might be starting a family and finding out that they're pregnant. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Especially with all these pages showing out, two Page of Pentacles, both in different decks, and then the Page of Wands. Somebody young. This could be children too. Just throwing it out there. May I have the energy for the collective for Mercury Retrograde. Energy for the collective for Mercury Retrograde. Energy for the collective for Mercury Retrograde. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? May I have some cards, please? Bottom of the deck is wonders. I just caught that. Wonders. Some of you are going to be amazed, especially with this World card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Pentacles. That's a lot of good energy. Some of you will be amazed. May I have some cards, please? Okay, I'm taking that one. I'm not taking the other one. Trust came out. So some of you need to trust. Some of you need to believe. Don't let this Mercury retrograde get you caught up in what didn't work out. You need to trust that everything will work out in the end, regardless of what has happened in the past. All right, may I have another card, please? Woo, you jumped out. Wow. Diligence. So you need to be diligent. I'm going back to confidence. You need to put your best foot forward and move and do what you need to do and have confidence and faith in what you do. Be diligent about it. Don't back off because you're unsure. Just keep going forward. All right. May I have another card, please? Thank you. You gave me 2 cards and I like that. Wow. Isn't that what I said? What's at the bottom of the deck? Illumination at the bottom of the deck. So you will be learning new things, especially with those pages. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. But again, you need to have courage. Courage. That's what you need to have, is courage. The wheel is turning in your favor, because the other card that came out is success. So this is just another confirmation. The 6 of Wands is a success card. Like I said before, the 5 of Wands plus the Page of Wands is the 6 of Wands, is what this is. Whatever you're going through, at the heart of the matter, Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is turning in your favor. Once whatever this is done with, Death card, you're going to get the success. But also, in order to get and maintain it, you need to remain diligent. All right? So the wheel is turning in your favor, and that is your message. kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.